guys, I'm back for another video, and welcome back to another Bedwars video. Now, today's video is going to be kind of different. It's going to be some Bedwars items or abilities or game modes that you didn't know you wanted or needed in whatever case that this comes for you. So today I'm going to be kind of showcasing some things. I'm going to be playing some Bedwars games in the background of this and maybe even some practice games. But anyways, let's get into it. So the first thing that I wanted to bring to your guys' attention was the practice mode. Now this, in my opinion, is probably one of the best things out there. And it is probably one of the better things that will be out for Bedwars. But one thing that could be better with the practice mode is the addition of a PvP warm-up. Now you might be thinking, FegalGamer. There is duels for that. But what happens if your friends are not online? Or if you have no friends, which would be sad. But my suggestion is you add a PvP-based game mode, because this wouldn't only be just for PvP. You can also, like, for example, if you're trying to click bridge and stuff like that, you're trying to PvP on a bridge, you can PvP on a bridge, or fight on an island, fight against AI on a bridge, try and click bridge while fighting, and there's just so much versatility that you can do with it. But yeah, that's just something. Next up is bed breaking. So this is another one of those little niche practice things that could be really good for the players that are newer to the game. So basically it allows you to simulate what you would do, and I just missed that and I'm totally not sad. But basically it will allow you to simulate oh crap, I forgot, this isn't a skyblock. But basically it will allow you to simulate bed breaking and the best strategies to do that. So like if you want to drop TNT, for example, or that. So it'd be good for dropping TNT because then you build up and drop TNT. Next would be clutches for practice, like water clutching, for example, where you jump off and water clutch. I think that is possible. I'm not really too sure. Wait, is it? I don't want to repeat things that are already a thing. I think they are. Yeah, it is MLG. But add some more selective things for MLG, like block clutching or doing the side bridging thing where you click your mouse. All that kind of cool things for MLG. Now let's get into another thing, which is ranked Bedwars. Now ranked Bedwars has probably not been come up by me, but a whole bunch of other people. But basically the idea of ranked Bedwars is instead of having tournaments for Bedwars and ranking them, just put in another podium right here and put down ranked Bedwars. And this would be where all the best people would play Bedwars. So basically you have to just click on it and then you go ranked, solo, duos, trios, or squads. And then you can basically do that. And then you rank up kind of how Call of Duty works, for example, where you rank up after you get maybe, I don't know, you can make it like Fortnite's arena, basically, where you, after like maybe 500, maybe every 500 ranked XP, you level up to rank 2, and then you continue, and then you can, after like maybe 70 ranks prestige, and then you restart, but you have a 1 next to your name. And that 1 means you have prestiged once, so you have went through 70 ranks. And then you can just continue prestige, and yeah. So that would give players something else to grind for after a while, because I know a lot of Bedwars players are kind of stuck playing either the special modes or the regulars. Another thing that Bedwars should add is these modes like Lucky Blocks. These should not be just recycling modes. These should be full-time modes. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, that would ruin the fun of the game. But what they could do is they could add more special items. So instead of keeping the same loop of items, they could put in like Lucky Blocks V2, have the standard items, but then have a cycling version in the updates where they could have some new items. It would just be a very cool thing to add, and also it would just really, really help with with cycling between events, and it would allow people to get good at Lucky Blocks. So for Lucky Blocks V2, maybe if there were to be a cycling one around, people will actually be better. Because in dip rating, I do see a big skill gap difference from playing any special base game mode, especially gun game, which is Call of Duty kind of Bedwars. It's basically if you put Call of Duty and Bedwars together. I can definitely see a skill gap difference, but if people were having the time to grind a certain Bedwars, then maybe they can get better at the real thing. Next up is something that's going to be a little bit harder to put in. It probably won't happen for the practice mode, is AI fighting. Now, this can be a very good idea in theory, because practice fighting means that you're allowed to, like, basically fight AI. So you bridge, you TNT. Basically, you have a scenario, sort of. You pick a scenario. Maybe you're bridging or something, like you're going up, and so on and so forth. And then you get up here, drop TNT, clutch down, PvP, break the bed, kill off the guys, the end. And then there should be, like, maybe a practice in that, like the final kill practice. And then you can have difficulties for it, like the people that are really good or maybe not as good. Maybe just for all types. And, yeah. This should be another thing. This is kind of a server-wide thing. Is with rank upgrades, you should be able to not buy more of these. Be able to unlock more of these. I definitely think this should be a server-wide thing. So Skyblock, if you are watching this video, not Skyblock, Hypixel, if you're watching this video, if you have a rank, like let's say you have VIP rank, and VIP Plus, you can only open 2 with VIP Plus. No, that'd be too good. 2 with the MVP, 3 with MVP Plus, and 4 with MVP Plus. And if you're a YouTuber, you can 5 at the same time. Just because that makes it fair, and buying ranks is, it's not pay to win, like most cosmetics. It's just a faster way of opening them. It's not really pay to win, because you're just being able to opening them faster, and it saves you a little bit of time. Kind of like Builder's Wand, if you know what I'm talking about, with Skyblock gems and bits. But it's not really pay to win, because you're not really paying for an advantage. You can open them at the same time. It's just kind of similar to Builder's Wand, where you place it faster, and instead of having to go through manually with a mystical mushroom soup and a bunch of dirt blocks and have to click for so many hours, you can basically just get a Builder's Wand and build it out for the Skyblock players. Now we're going to jump into a Bedwars game, because I actually have some ideas that I want to show in Bedwars, because this is kind of a better idea that I have, and honestly, I haven't understood some things that should have come sooner realistically. Now, the first suggestion that I have, which I will show when I get wool and wood, is basically I'm just gonna do a normal Bedwars game. But first suggestion is they need to make the off-spawn forge more viable in the early game. They need to make that, like, a little faster, and especially for duo players, they need to make that a lot faster. Especially, like, if you are playing, and if your teammate leaves, it was not really fair if you're 2v3ing, so what you should be able to do is have cheaper upgrades, like, stuff. Now, this might seem like, oh, you leave and everything. The thing is, most people, when they disconnect, most of the time do not reconnect. So that's another factor to think into there. But if your teammate's smart enough, like, there could be a way around that, where for after like 10 minutes of them, 5 minutes of them being disconnected, kind of how the party system works. If you think about it, kind of if they get disconnected for 5 minutes, then you can have the shop a little bit cheaper and diamond upgrades a little bit cheaper, just to help you out, because you're down a teammate, so you should be able to get the same amount of resources. Now, the next thing I want to showcase is basically a thing from Skyblock, sort of. And a lot of people don't really think about this, but think about how much easier it would be if you could, like, right-click, for example, and basically be able to, like, let's say if you want to buy a stack of wool, it would say 16 iron, and you can buy a stack of wool. but it's basically like a better, like an NPC basically. It's like Skyblock NPC, and it would be so helpful. Like, I'm not even joking. It would be very helpful. I know, like, it's not really that hard to click all that much faster and get better at that kind of clicking. But it would just be, you know, if Bedwars ever has another quality of life update, it's just one of those things where it could be a quality of life for some people and for other people. Like, if you can't really click that fast, I could see it being a quality of life feature because you're not really clicking that fast. But for people who can average around 8 CPS in menus, then you're going to be just fine. But anyways, the next feature that I am suggesting, and there is a yellow player here too right now, and our bed just got wiped, so I'm doing good. Ow. Stop. No, I just fell. That means I have to go to another game now. No, dude. Why? Now I have to go to an entirely different game. Thanks for screwing up the commentary, Yellow. So yeah, once we get into this game, I'll show you what I am talking about. Also, for the Forge thing, if you're a solo and a duos, which does happen to me quite a lot, your Forge should get buffed a little bit. I can't really say anything for diamond upgrades, though, because they're already as low as they can go. But Forges should be a little bit faster. Like, in solos, they should be, like, maybe 10% faster. I mean, they're already slow enough. That would just be in a quality of life update, though. But they're already slow enough in solos, and it takes forever. And the thing is, another thing is they need to balance the maps out to, like, give you 24 iron and 4 gold in, like, 30 seconds flat. Or maybe a little bit less, maybe 20 seconds. Because there's so much imbalance in the maps nowadays, and you can't really balance it. Like, you can predict, like, if you're at least a veteran in Bedwars or you played Bedwars long enough, you'll know that some maps in but you'll know that in some maps they produce 16 and 4, and some are 44 and 4. And some produce gold faster than iron, and some produce iron faster than gold. Usually most of the time in solo and duos, it's going to produce gold a lot faster than iron for some reason. And in trios and squads, it's going to produce iron faster than gold. Why don't they just balance every game mode out and basically make it for every, like 6 iron, you get a gold. And that's how the system is now, because I've done research on it in the past. Basically, every so many iron that have spawned, a gold does spawn. So, like, in solos and duos, every 4 iron is 1 gold, because I've done the math, because I am a god in Bedwars. But every 4 iron is 1 gold in equivalency to, like, currency and all that stuff. I won't get into the technical terms or all the juicy stuff. Basically, every 4 iron is the equivalent of 1 gold. So this means that every 4 iron is 1 gold. Y'all get the idea. I'm not going to bother going into the details of it because most of my sensible viewers will know that the equation is that much. So think about it. If you get 16 iron, which is 1 stack, that gives you. The next feature is armor. Now, this is a cool little neat feature that would be it'd be a good feature in a quality of life update, which they should just give a quality of life update for how many features I am suggesting. But the next feature would be once you upgrade an armor set. So basically, let's say one of your teammates has chainmail armor, but you have iron armor. And then you get 6 emeralds after, putting some obsidian on the bed. You thick over here. But, so basically, let's say you get diamond armor and your teammate, for some odd reason, has chainmail because they are very noobish and, once again, don't want to survive very long in Bedwars. So basically, let's say after you get that iron armor is gone. It's basically gone from existence. That 12 gold you spent is now voided. It's basically gone. So what do you want to do with that? Well, you really want to give it to that teammate who has not got up his armor or her armor upgraded. Why don't Bedwars or Hypixel? Why don't you just add the system? It would make so much sense to add the system. It would really help the players in the long run because it would just benefit them so much entirely that the entire system is just worth adding. Because let's say you get diamond armor, do you really want to waste that 12 gold you spent like in the maybe first 10-20 minutes, like maybe the first 5-10 minutes of the game? Do you really want to waste that opportunity? And I fell. But do you really want to waste that materials and opportunity on that? No, you want to give it to your other teammate because you're a good person. Now, I do know that some teammates are probably not going to really like this because it could be considered boosting in a way, but I could see it being good because it's just beneficial, man. It helps out those teammates that don't really have a feeling for the game, and also master volume I'm turning down because why not? And basically, it just allows them to get a feel for the game, you know, trade your arm sets down, saves you materials, saves your teammates materials, and you don't have to spend that much. It would help Bedwars' economy, which there's not really an economy in Bedwars, but it would help material flow through the game faster, like if your teammates are upgrading armor sets very frequently, which can happen a lot if you're on a very big team. Also, sorry if you hear thunder in the background. I'm currently recording this during a storm. It's been stormy and kind of crappy all day, and I'm currently trying to record while it's storming. So yeah, go me. I have the best recording schedule ever, and I'm totally not recording this at 4:30 in the afternoon, being kind of rushed. I'm not rushing this video, but I do want to live stream right after I get this upload, and I'm trying to go this week, by the way, too, guys. If you're watching this on the week of May, the first week of May, I'm trying to go for daily uploads this week. You know, kind of get that aesthetic vibe going. You know, get some daily uploads, daily streams, if I can, but daily uploads, more of them matter. Streams are kind of saved for the weekend, but if I do have time, then I will try and do those. Next feature, which I just now remembered, is recommended by. Now, this can be a setting in the Bedwars menu that is kind of just able to be turned on and off, because most people have their quick buy set up this way. But why don't they replace the quick buy system altogether and just turn it into what's recommended to buy? So basically, Bedwars should recommend, like, if you're going to rush, get these 6 materials, or if you're going to be a base builder, then get these materials, or if you're going to be a ninja, get these materials. Basically, Bedwars should have a system where they can put that in, because it would be so nice to have that quality of life feature. A lot of these are just quality of life features, but after a while, if you really want to play a game for, like, I don't know, maybe like 10 hours, like not 10 hours a day, maybe like, I don't know, 20 hours a week, you're really gonna see these quality of life features and think, the developers have had this game out for like 3.5 years now, why haven't they added this? And then you scratch your head and go like, it's still a very hype game. Bedwars is still one of Hypixel's best minigames. And I know Skyblock is always going to overtake it until they add the survival SMP. But I do want to see Bedwars succeed. It's still got the potential, even from when it got dead in like mid-2019 when Skyblock blew the crap out of Hypixel's player count. And even though it's not going to be as successful as the SMP thing, which Simon announced, it's still a game that has a lot of potential. And if they just use the potential the right way, the game could grow into a nice, beautiful game, or a nice, beautiful sunflower for those like planter analogies out there. But yeah, I still have faith in Bedwars. It's a good game. It will last until the sun goes gray. And basically, that's just kind of the aesthetic of this video, was to give some Bedwars tips. And yeah, I guess I'm kind of giving them all. But one more thing I do have to say about the Bedwars map situation, like this could be really easily fixed, by the way, is the lack of generators and generator speed for MGens in the how do I put this? On the trios and squads and stuff like that. It's basically so slow. It's like if a tortoise and a turtle had a baby. And especially with 16 players all wanting to get diamond armor, diamond swords, the best bow, all that jazz. They need to add 4 generators and maybe add, I don't know. And I'm dead. But I'm going to go ahead and back out anyways. But they need to fix the gen problem. And it wouldn't take too long to add those generators. You basically just place the blocks, add the plug-in. But yeah, that would be a really nice feature to have, as it would be another quality of life feature. And it would just help. And they need to either speed up the speeds on the 2 current generators, or add some more gens, basically, because you can only get 2 emeralds max, and if they had them spawning every 45 seconds for the first upgrade, second upgrade they can do and 25, and then the next one they can do 35, and the next one they can do 27 or 28, maybe 25, maybe, and just keep the flow nice. And then in duos they can start out with a time of like time of 40 seconds and 30 seconds and 25 seconds, and that would just really help the game. And they would be going a little bit faster too, which would be nice. And I'm just going all over the place, but anyways, if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below, subscribe for more content. My name is FegalGamer YT, and this has been the Bedwars quality of life video. If you did enjoy, comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.